marketers, welcome. This video is going to talk briefly about the first exam in the marketing research course. We are going to talk just briefly about it, walk through the format of the exam and some notes and things to kind of focus on when you're studying. The exam is online through Blackboard. It is composed of about 60% multiple choice and 40% short answer essay. Okay, so what I found is that giving people the opportunity to express themselves via writing an answer to an essay question or a short answer question is a good balance with multiple choice questions, so that regardless of what your strengths are or your weaknesses are, there's some place in this exam where you are able to really show off what you know. So when you're looking to study, the best advice I can give you is to go on Blackboard. Let me just share my screen. Nope, that's the wrong video. That is the wrong place. Sorry, people. Oh, glory. Let's see. Windows. Are you the kind of person who has a million windows open? I am. Okay, so here we are on Blackboard. We're talking about the project earlier. Here we have, if we go to our learning modules, and we go into our chapter modules. One thing that you should know is that there is this document right here that has all of the chapter slides. So sometimes that's a little easier to study from than having to go into each module to find each one of the little segments that's in the module. So there you can find that whole document, download it as a PDF and study. So let's just go into chapter 1 for an example. So in each chapter, you will see that we have a key topic section. Okay, so that is the best place to go to really focus your studying, okay? So if it says defining marketing research here, I would definitely know what is the definition of marketing research. If it says this, it says here, 6 phases of the marketing research process. Make sure you know what the phases are and what order they belong in, okay? Know what the role of marketing research is in competitive intelligence, and know the common ethical issues in marketing research, okay? The other thing is that in each module, you're going to see a video from me, of course, which is helpful. Of course, watch those. Okay. There are oftentimes in videos that I might say, this is really important. If I'm going to say that in a video, there's a good chance it's going to be on the exam. Next is going to be just other resources and media that are included. Each module has different types of resources. It could be infographics like this one. Okay. Or we see different uses and ways that marketing research is used and created by Nielsen. It may be a video. In this case, this is a Steve Jobs talking about marketing research. In chapter 2, right, we have an example of the United project, and this goes into more detail of what I've talked about in multiple videos. Right, and then you have the quiz. Quizzes are also a good place to look at how I write multiple choice questions. I can't promise they're going to be the same questions, but you might find a few that are similar, and at least you're going to see how I write them, and sometimes that's helpful just to get familiar with the way I go about writing multiple choice questions. So in each chapter, again, really focus on those key topics, okay, and then the media, the extra media. There's not always going to be each module has different types of media on it, and I'm not saying that there's a question or multiple questions on every single extra resource I give you or example that I give you, but there will absolutely be questions about some of those pieces of additional media or additional examples that are provided. Okay, so make sure that you've looked at those. Don't just ignore those because they're not on the quizzes or not in the video about the chapter. Okay, those are important, and they are covered to some extent on the exam. Okay, so again, look at those key topics. The best way I think to study is to take your textbook, whether you have it online or in person or a physical copy, and set it next to you, and then go watch the video, go through the slides, and try to kind of do it simultaneously, because you'll be able to see that there will probably be there are things in the chapter that aren't covered in the slides. They're not even mentioned in the slides. If that's the case, that's usually a good sign that there will be very little importance placed on it on the exam. The things that are talked about the most during the videos, or have the most impact and most space dedicated to them basically on the slides, those are going to be the sections that are really important and are really focused on in the exam. My other note for the exam, or just advice for actually taking the exam, is to do your very best to complete the whole exam, especially on those short answer essay questions. I want to give you partial credit, and I will absolutely give you partial credit, but you have to give me something to work with. Okay, so usually my advice is to actually start with the short answer essay questions, which are usually towards the bottom of the online exams, but start with those. And just, even if it's not full sentences, even if it's like bullet points or just a few notes, read it, make a few notes to yourself about what you want to say when you go back to it on each one. And that way, at least there's something there. And if you happen to run out of time, you've at least put a few ideas down, and I can kind of see where you're going with it, see a little bit about what you know about that topic, so that I can give you partial credit. If you don't write anything, there are no points to give, right? You put me in a position where I can't meet you halfway. I can't give you partial credit because there's nothing to look at. There's nothing to give points towards. So I want to give you that partial credit. I want to kind of be able to see what direction you're taking in. So do your very best to complete the entire exam, especially those short answer essay questions. Okay, don't just skip it if you don't know it. Tell me something about it. Tell me whatever it is you know about it, right? It's going to give you some partial credit, okay? And even those pieces of partial credit, it really does add up over time and will help you in the long run. All right, so just to recap, the exam is on Blackboard. You do not need Respondus Lockdown Browser for summer 2023 due to some technical issues with operating systems and updates. So we are not going to use that. It is on the honor system. I expect that you will not be using your textbook, your notes, the slides, etc. Okay, you need to tell me what you've learned. Okay, tell me what you've learned. Okay, so honor system, 60% multiple choice, 40% short answer essay. You have, I think, 80 minutes to complete the exam. Try your very best to write something in every single question. Answer every single question to the best of your ability so that I can give you partial credit, especially on those short answer essay questions. All right, we'll do another one of these videos for exam number 2. We'll get your feedback on if this helped and what helped, and so we can really focus in on the next one on what things were most helpful to you. All right, everyone, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week. Please make sure you contact me as soon as you run into any questions so that we can get everything taken care of as quickly as possible, so that, especially in this super short semester. All right, thank you, everyone. Have a great day.